Okay, so a while back, 10, 15 years or so, Christine, my wife, called me while I was working here in New York to let me know that her car had died in her workplace parking lot in Lancaster, and she was waiting for a AAA tow truck. So I decided to leave work, and I got to her car a few minutes after the tow truck operator, and he was a really nice guy. He said, you know, I've looked at the car, and I don't think you need a tow. I'm pretty sure I can get it started, and you can actually drive it to your mechanic, and you won't need a tow. And that was the less expensive option, so we said, oh, that's great, let's do that. So we got the car started, and he waited around for a little while, and then he took off, and Chris pulled out of the parking lot onto the street, and I pulled out behind her. And everything was hunky-dory, okie-dokie, peachy keen, for about 100 yards or so. Tow truck driver's gone, her car dies, we couldn't get it started again, and we are blocking a busy intersection in downtown Lancaster. So there were some people around, and they helped me push her car to the side of the road, and I pulled in my car right behind hers. And we weren't in a parking area. We were actually in the right-hand turning lane of that busy intersection. And I thought it would be, oh, so much better if I, using my smaller 4-cylinder Corolla, pushed Chris's larger 6-cylinder Camry through the intersection. Nice and easy, through the intersection. Chris did not like this idea, and I am ashamed to admit, I got a little bit huffy about it. It's gonna be okay, we're gonna do this, boom, boom, you know, I am husband, hear me roar. So Chris got in her car, I got in my car, and she released her brake and rolled back toward me. Now, did I mention I was gonna push her uphill through the intersection? So our bumpers met. I stepped on the gas and the engine roared, and we didn't move. I gave it some more gas. I stepped on the gas and the engine roared louder and louder and louder, and we didn't move. I floored it. The engine screamed, the whole car shuddered, and we were just about to move. I know we were just about to move. I know it. And then there was a noise. It was a loud noise. It was a very loud noise. It was a very loud and bad noise. It was the kind of very loud and bad noise that as soon as you heard it, you knew something incredibly important and remarkably expensive had broken. Now, the car was quiet now, except for this satanic kind of hissing coming from the engine area, accompanying all this billows of this foul, dark blue smoke that was escaping from under the hood of the car. And I got out of the car, and I had to be careful to avoid the rivulets of oil that were on the street there, and these hot smoking shards of metal that were strewn about the area for some reason. And at this point, I began to suspect maybe Christine was right. And I could see Chris walking toward me, and she looked concerned. And she said, "Are you okay?" You know, it's amazing. No richly deserved, "I told you so," no recrimination at all. And it was, you know, and here I am, I'm standing amid this wreckage caused by my stupidity and stubbornness, and she is more concerned with me than with what I had done. And the thought occurred to me, this is what love is. This is what love is. She was more concerned with me than what I had done. And that was kind of a revelation for me because, you know, I'm a guy, and I'm not saying all guys do this, but I think a lot of us do. We tend to frame proving our love to somebody in heroic terms. I would die to defend my wife, my family, my children. And that is a good and noble idea. It really is. It's a nice sentiment. However, statistically speaking, I am not going to have a lot of opportunities to prove my love for Christine by dying for her. However, when we go home tonight, there will be garbage to take out. And tomorrow there'll be socks to pick up and towels to pick up and meals to plan and cooking to do. And that's how we prove our love to each other every day, doing these daily kindnesses and niceties and chores for each other. And happily, if you didn't do well today, happily tomorrow is going to offer us all scores of opportunities to do this again. So, guys, if you want to prove your love, forget about dying. Forget about dying, man. Take out the garbage.